Welcome back to Autumn Leigh at Home. Today I have Jacob here with me, and he's been asking for a very long time to make a healthy snack that he learned about at school. And so he wants to take cut up and sliced banana pieces and dip them in chocolate, maybe even make them fun and add a little bit of peanut butter to them. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. For this recipe, the only two ingredients that you need are the melting chocolate right here that you can typically find at Walmart, and bananas, and then you can also add peanut butter if you wanna add a little twist to it. This is something that Jacob wanted to do for months, and I wanted to encourage him in the kitchen to have that independence of feeling like he can explore in the kitchen and have fun, and I can do it with him.
You want it pretty thin, like this.
So while Jacob is cutting the banana into thin slices, I'm gonna take the almond bark and go ahead and start heating it up slowly. With the almond bark, and to be able to melt it in the microwave, you don't wanna cook it for a long time all at one time. You wanna do slow and melt it slowly, just a little bit at a time, a little time at a time. So maybe for like 20, 25 seconds tops at a time. That way it doesn't clump up and you can get that nice smooth texture. I'm gonna break this in half. That way it fits in my bowl a little easier. And we're gonna put it in the microwave for about 15 to, I might start off at 20, 25 seconds, but you don't wanna go any higher than that. Here is what the chocolate looks like after melting it for a little while. It's starting to get ooey gooey in the center. So we're just gonna kind of flip them over and stir them a little bit. See how it's getting ooey gooey in the center? And I'm just doing 20 seconds at a time. And right now it's still very smooth, which is what we wanna see. We're getting close to it being ready because some of this will kind of melt sitting here. Yeah, we don't wanna scorch the chocolate. You know you scorched it if it starts clumping up some, but this still seems pretty smooth, and I think we need to probably put it in for a little bit longer because we still have some pretty big chunks in there. We have our chocolate here, and I think that we're gonna stop here because it's nice and smooth. We haven't scorched it yet, and those chunks of chocolate are just small pieces of non-melted chocolate that I think either will melt on their own or we can just try to avoid them because I just don't wanna scorch our chocolate. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You ready, Jacob?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't we start off easy and we'll go ahead and just dip a couple of bananas in the chocolate and then scoop them out using this. And then we're going to sit them on here and let them dry, and we'll put them in the freezer. Does that sound good? All right, so go ahead and grab a couple, and our hands are all clean. We've washed them.
So
Drop them in here. You want to separate them. That way they get chocolate on all sides. And just do 3 at a time maybe. There you go. And so we're gonna cover it in chocolate and then fish it out. Kind of let the extra chocolate drain off a little bit, and we'll drop them on here. So this is actually a snack. He found this recipe at school and really had been wanting to try it for a while now. And so I thought it would be fun to do together. And this is actually a snack that you can find at Trader Joe's as well. In the frozen section, I forgot what they're called, but you literally, all it is bananas dipped in chocolate and put in the freezer, and it's a snack. Obviously chocolate isn't super healthy, but the fact that there's banana on the inside and it's all homemade, I think that that's better than chips or any other, gusher, junk food you can find. I would take this over that. And I'm happy that I get to spend this time in the kitchen with Jacob, doing something that he's excited about as well. These are looking good. It's important to me to spend time with my kids in the kitchen. I really want to foster that creativeness and that independence that comes with being confident in the kitchen. So at this age, he's about 11 years old, and then I have, you know, the various ages of my kids. I want to do things that are age appropriate with them and start giving them that independence in the kitchen. So for him, that looks like being able to learn how to cook his own eggs on the frying pan, as well as different things in the microwave and making his own cheese quesadillas. So the very simple things that I feel like he's very confident with now, and we're kind of stair-stepping it up higher, and being able to learn new things in the kitchen just builds that confidence. And hopefully over time, he'll look back and see that everything's just a learning process as well, and he's gaining that confidence in there. But on top of that, I love spending time with them in the kitchen, especially one-on-one. Now, in reality, I have 4 kids, and so it's really hard to be able to spend one-on-one time with them sometimes with the chaos of life, and this is a chance for me to get to do that, and they absolutely love it. They love getting to have that fun in the kitchen, as well as getting to have those sweet conversations that comes with spending that time together in the kitchen. Is just really special. So I'm really thankful that we get to do that. And does it always look this smooth? No, sometimes it can be a little chaotic, and that is completely okay. That's life, and I'm really thankful for that chaos because I know one day I'm going to miss this. So we have our Jiffy peanut butter here, and we are going to use this to put a little bit of peanut butter in between some of the thinner slices. We're going to try to go for some of the thinner slices that we have and put some peanut butter, if I can get it to stay on there, in between. And then sandwich them together like this. And then dip them in the chocolate. And this is just kind of an experiment to see how they turn out and whether we like them or not. And next time, if we like them, we can make more of these, or if we don't like them, we can adjust it and change it. So it looks a little bit thicker than the other ones would. They're a little bit trickier because they move around a good bit because they're slimy. I thought about freezing the bananas first. However, if you freeze them, they start turning kind of brown. And I wasn't sure if we would like that or not. The taste shouldn't change, the color would just turn brown. I will say it gets a little messy while you're doing it. So be prepared for that. I just warmed the chocolate up just a little bit more because it was starting to harden. And I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil just because I hear that if you add a little bit of olive oil, and if you hear cutting, that's Jacob cutting some more for us because we're gonna make some more. But I hear if you add a little bit of olive oil, it makes the chocolate shiny. So we're gonna try it and see. Now that we already have some made, see they're already hardening and they look kind of dry, which is completely fine. They'll still taste great. But I thought it would be fun to try this since we already had some made, and we'll see how it turns out. I don't know if it's gonna change anything, make the taste different, but we will try it and thought it would be fun since we're experimenting. So that's with the olive oil added in. I just put a little bit in, and we're gonna see if it makes a difference. Okay, you ready, Caroline? You wanna drop a few in there? So this is Caroline. She's wanting to help too, and Jacob invited her to help as well. I'm using parchment paper, but you can also use wax paper, whatever you happen to have. Thank you. So here's the difference between the ones with oil that are right here. And you can see they're not really that shiny, but maybe a little bit. There's a good chance I did not put enough oil in the chocolate though to make them shiny.
I washed my hand.
Good job. And then these are the ones that don't have the oil, and see how they're not quite shiny either, but I think it has to do with how much oil you put in. But they turned out great. And then the fatter ones are the ones you can tell have the peanut butter in them. So over here, you can see the ones that are fatter have peanut butter. And again, that all depends on how thin you slice the bananas. We are finished now, and these are the 2 trays of banana covered or chocolate covered bananas that we are going to stick in the freezer. I don't believe we need to put these or have to put these in the freezer, especially if you're going to eat them right away. However, because it has the banana on the inside, in order to preserve them so that you don't have to eat all of them all in one day, you want to put them in the freezer to keep them nice and safe to eat later on so the banana doesn't start rotting on the inside. And they will taste fantastic. Again, this is something that you can buy at Trader Joe's. I forgot the name of it. At least you could a few years ago. I don't know if they still have it, but it's such a fun treat for the kids. I was really excited when my son really wanted to make these. So we're gonna put them in the freezer and then try them after quiet time and see how the kids like them. We're gonna do something that we call flash freezing, where we put them in the freezer and we are able to freeze them, and then once they're frozen, I will take all of these right here and put them in a bag back into the freezer, and we can just snack on them whenever we want. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me here today at Autumn Leigh at Home. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share down below, and I hope to see you guys next time.